What's going on, y'all? So today I want to have a follow-up conversation, and basically I'm gonna get straight to the point. Black culture has no standards, right? How do you know that black culture doesn't have any standards? Look at the things that black culture will tolerate and the things that black culture celebrates. Excuse me. Look at those things, and then look at the state of the black community in itself. And I think that any reasonable person could be led to the idea that they're either the standards are very low or they don't exist at all. So now, why do I say this, right? Because I know people are probably going to see this title and they're probably going to get triggered and not actually listen to what I have to say. Black culture consistently demonstrates that it will continue to champion and celebrate the worst kind of people, i.e., George Floyd, i.e., Fannie Willis, i.e., P. Diddy, i.e., R. Kelly, i.e., all of these people that excuse this bad behavior until it becomes popular to criticize those people. But they excuse all that bad behavior while they allow people like entertainers, corrupt politicians, corrupt officers of the court to represent them, to represent the worst of us. We there was a conversation, right? And the conversation was about hood people being offended. And hood people were offended because basically people that aren't from the hood are afraid of them. And people from the hood basically were saying that this idea of being afraid of hood culture is anti-black, right? But nobody actually addressed the point of or the root of the fact that people aren't necessarily afraid of the place, the hood. They are afraid of the people and the mindset, the hood mentality, right? And I think that that just goes to show, or that relates in that it's the mentality of black culture that makes me say that we need to divest from black culture. It's the mentality of the community that says that we need to divest from the community. When you think about when you think about how when you think about how just let's look at this Fannie Willis situation, because like I said, last night's stream was proved a great example. A great example. It was a great case study because so many black people believe that their blackness outweighs outweighs morality. It outweighs ethics. It outweighs having a standard. You're supposed to have a standard, but that standard is a part of you being black, not the other way around. Not the other way around. And so when we look at what's going on, we see that these people are operating up from the position that if a person does wrong, we have to excuse it because they're black. Then if they do wrong to us, then we'll hold them accountable. Then if they go against our narrative or our plan, then we'll hold them accountable. That's what black culture does. That's what black culture does. And at the end of the day, how long are we going to sit up and just accept that we have to be part of this sinking ship? That's the point. Why do we have to sit up and accept that we have to be part of a sinking ship that is black culture? Because at the end of the day, this the way that things are going, black culture is on its way for destruction. Why is it on its way for destruction? Because there's no foundation of which black culture to build or evolve. If you don't build or evolve, you get stagnant. When you get stagnant, you regress. The world will pass you by, and guess what? You regress. And that's what's happening to the black community. So, how long Are we going to continue to allow this to happen? How long are we how long are you? Let me ask you. How long are you going to be willing to go down with this sinking ship and waste time trying to convince people that want to do wrong? That want to support people that do wrong? You look at people like Fannie Willis. You look at what's that other Dalton mayor. You look at these women, these black women. You look at these black men that get in these positions. Black men used by politics. You see that you see how that black senator was the only one acting the way he was acting during that Ashley Merchant Senate hearing? You think that was a good look for black men? You see Fannie Willis, the way she acted, the way she got on that stand and showed her behind, or the fact that she was having an affair with a man that's still married, or even the fact that black culture doesn't even care that that the man was still married. Everybody cheats, is what they say. He's not spiritually married, is what they say. Their marriage was over. Their marriage was over. But Nathan Wade is still legally married. To this day, he's still legally married. But because they were separated, all of a sudden, just that that binding doesn't mean anything. No divorce. They haven't gone through the divorce yet. They're not finished with the divorce, but he's still not married. Make that make sense. Black community has no standards. The black community doesn't hold people accountable for bad behavior. We see it all the time. We see all these people who know the Pookies and the Ray Rays, the domestic terrorists. They know them. They know them. They know what they're doing. But it's not just enough that they condone basically condone it, but they still associate with them. When I divested from black culture, I had to divest from a lot of people because of their behavior, whether it be family or friends. If you exhibited certain behaviors that I couldn't rock with, then guess what? On a fundamental level, then guess what? I just had, you know what I mean? It's not even like a cut you off situation. It's just I'm just on doing my own thing because, you know, I personally don't believe in being a light amongst darkness. I believe in being a beacon. You bring people out. You bring people out of the darkness. You don't want to keep people in the darkness. That's just my opinion. And I just think that when you look at black culture, we see it all the time, and these situations that we've been experiencing lately, while also looking at the state of the youth and the how the youth are behaving, I think that it does exactly what I said. It exposes that black culture has no standards. Because guess what? The youth are a reflection of the culture. The youth are a reflection. They're a reflection. And they're a reflection of a lack of family structure. They're a reflection of a lack of education. They're a reflection of a lack of progress of an actual mindset that can really get them moving forward. Then they're stuck in this crab in the barrel mentality. These are all the things that we see in kids nowadays. We see them in adults, but they're reflected through the children. So while a lot of people will ignore bad behavior from adults and not trip off of it, when you see kids that are overly violent, those things tend to have more of an effect because now people care because for some reason when things happen to children, people automatically care more instead of just realizing that things are vile in itself and that across the board whether an adult does it or whether a kid does it, whether a kid has it done to them. Of course, we are going we care more when it happens to kids, but we can't just look at the kids and say, "Oh, they're just nothing like us." No, their bad behavior is reflective of the bad behavior that they've been watching all their life. What they're seeing on the media. What people the media that people are producing, what that is putting in front of them. Black community has no standards. Black community has no standards, and if you were smart, you would divest. That's just the truth of the matter. If you were smart, you would divest because at the end of the day, whether they call you a sellout, whatever they call you, at the end of like it's not worth it. It's not worth it, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I'm not gonna belabor the point. So I just want to know what you guys think. What do you think? Is it worth it to try to remain in the black community? Let me know in the comment section. I'm signing out.